What's up, YouTube? This is Lucas with the recap of the ASRA Lightweight Supersport race. As you can see in the intro, round 6 at VIR North was a lesson in patience due to timing system delays, crashes, and rain every day. This was my only dry race all weekend, so I had to make it count. Qualified 5th on the grid with a 141.7, but looking at my sectors, I knew I had mid to low 140s in me if I had open track. To make things interesting, I was the only SV and the only non-RS660 on the expert grid. I knew it was going to be an uphill battle against the Aprilia's horsepower advantage, so I had to be deliberate with setting up my passes. Decent start off the line. I've got about 5 experts behind me and a whole sea of eager amateurs coming up fast, so holding my spot into turn 1 is pretty critical. Right away I noticed the guy in yellow boots ahead of me. By the way he's riding, I can tell I've got more speed. He looks pretty uncomfortable and is making way too many adjustments mid-corner on the side of the tire. VIR is very much a one-line track, so passing opportunities are pretty limited. I'm having to brake earlier than I'd like with him in front of me, especially here, so I make a mental note to pass him into the waterfall the next lap. Being able to stay with the Aprilias on the straightaway gave me a temporary sense of false hope, but that was just a 3-bike draft pulling me along, combined with yellow boots rolling off a little, I think. I normally brake between the 3 and 4 board, but this guy's braking closer to the 5 board, which lets me know I can pass him here too if needed. I grabbed 3 quick back shifts before tipping into 1 and letting the bike roll to the edge of the apex curbing. It's easy to think that VIR is a stop-and-go track, but to me it feels like more of a flow track, where each turn flows into the next. I used to backshift a lot more than I do now, but that was just because I was overslowing most corners. The straightaway and the S's leading into turn 7 are where my horsepower disadvantage hurts the most. I can't make excuses though, it's my choice to race the SV in 2026, and at the end of the day no one cares. Going through 9A through C, I set him up for a move into 10. Here goes, and it sticks. Now the real challenge is keeping him behind me. He goes around me in the kink, but I know I can just outbrake him, which I do. Coming through 5A, Had a feeling Yellow Boots was going to pass me back into turn 7. I could hear a bike back there, and sure enough someone comes by me, but it wasn't Yellow Boots, it's another guy on an Aprilia. Now I have to figure out where to pass him while keeping Yellow Boots from slipping back through. The guy that passed me into 7 slips away, and I am pretty sure he goes on to win the race. But Yellow Boots and a new guy, number 62, gets around me in the straight. Number 62 seems to have cleaner lines, but I'm approaching him a lot on corner exit. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure this guy used to own my exact bike. I'll make a mental note of his exits for a later move. I spent most of this lap just watching him, seeing if I can pass somewhere easily, or seeing where I can pass the next lap easily. With some clear track ahead of me, I put my head down and focus on putting in a good lap to catch up. Immediately the lap timer delta starts dropping and the gap closes. Number 62 runs wide out of 5B. Knowing he's slower through that section, I make a pretty bold move over the curving to get by. Looking back, I should have just passed Yellow Boots in that same move breaking into turn 7. If I have clean track ahead of me, I brake between the 3 and 4 board going into 7, and I would have had plenty of time to get the bike stopped and still tip in. Seeing green lights on my aim is like a drug to me, and at this point I see 6 solid green lights, which means I'm up by at least 0.6. The end of this lap turned out to be my fastest lap of the race and ever at this point. I did a 1:41.38. Putting down a clean lap during a race is a lot easier said than done, with guys constantly passing back and trying to get under you. At a track day the following weekend, I put out a 1:39.8 with open track, so subscribe if you want to see the lap breakdown of that. I should be done with it soon. Definitely not pretending to be the fastest guy to ever go around here though. The Junior Cup kids on Ninja 400s used to do 36s here pretty easily, which puts the talent gap into perspective. Going into 1, Yellow Boots has a few bike links on me, but I closed the gap fast, but not fast enough to show him the wheel. Coming out of turn 7, we run right up on a slower Ducati V2 rider from the first wave of the race. I wanted to get around both of them in one go, but I figure I have all of the next lap to do it. I was expecting Yellow Boots to pass him into the waterfall, but he backed out. What I didn't realize was that was the last lap, since the races were reduced to 6 laps. I could see the checkered flag out of the corner of my eye going across the finish. Fun races like this remind me of what made me love this sport when I got into it 5 years ago. I technically crossed the line in 5th place, but got moved up a spot because someone got DQ'd ahead of me, probably because they forgot to go to tech after the race. My best lap of a 141.38 was a little underwhelming, but I knew I was coming back the following weekend, which gave me hope I could put in a better time. At the end of the day, I care more about bettering my lap times than I do placings in a given race. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more race breakdowns and the lap review of my 139.8. Despite the chaotic weather, this race was an absolute blast and made the whole weekend worth it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.